So last week, if you were in, we looked at basic knee shield. So we looked at how we position our knee, how we position our arms to try to stop him doing what he wants to do, which is looking to pass the guard. And one of the most successful passes from this position is the arm weave. So the arm breaks the knee down, comes through and passes the guard. So try to stop that by putting this frame onto either the shoulder or hand inside the gi and putting my elbow in underneath my knee, so it makes it difficult for him to break that down. Anytime this arm starts coming over the top of this leg, we want to try to like flare this knee a little bit so that he's not able to reach through and get a good breakdown of the knee. If he tries to push down directly forwards, it's difficult. But if I have any like angle on that knee at all, it's a lot easier for him to push that down. So when he's looking for this arm weave, we've got to basically look at what he needs and what he wants. He wants to bring this through, he wants to break my knee down, but also alongside that, he wants to take his hand and he wants to break down my posture as well. So 100%, I've got to, number one, try to keep this knee flared. Number two, I've got to manage this arm and make sure he's not able to make any grip on the gi so he can break me down. If he gets the knees together and he pulls in my posture like this, to be honest, it's only going to be a matter of time, unless we can start working frames and getting ourselves back out, which we will go over on a different day. What we're going to look at today is some ways that we can deal with this in relatively early stage. So I see his arm coming over the top, he's starting to make the weave, and he hasn't quite managed to get those knees completely together yet. So, number one, I'm going to take the hand on the same side as the weave, and I'm going to grip on the sleeve. And I'm going to try to pull the arm. If he's got a grip on the trousers, it's not going to matter too much, but I'm going to try to pull the grip away. Now, if it comes off, great. If it doesn't come off, that's all right. I still just want the tension and I want to tuck the elbow in nice and tight. My foot in the half guard position, I'm going to look to place that on the floor and bring this knee high. So can you come in a little closer? If my knee is too deep through, this is not going to work for me. I want just the foot pinching on his leg, and I want my knee so that it's on this side of his hips. Reach down, we're going to grab hold of the trousers. I'm going to start to flare the knee, but everything is going to go at the same time. So both of my knees together. This knee is going to raise, this knee is going to flare, and I'm just going to keep everything pinched, and we fall down. So at this point, I'm going to keep hold of this top grip. I'm going to go deep, back step off, good shoulder pressure, and pull myself up to the top. So this sweep 100% is not going to work if your knee is already broken down. Like, there's no way that I'm flaring and pushing them in that direction. The only way this is going to work is if I've got some sort of flare to the knee and the knee somewhere around the shoulder. So I'm going to make the grip. Again, don't just leave this loose, pull the elbow in tight. Reach down, grab hold of the trousers. Very important detail, make sure this knee's on this side. So only my foot is trapping his foot. Think about putting the pad of your foot on the floor, bottom of your foot on the floor on that second leg. Flaring the knee, over, keep this top grip, nice deep grip here, back step out of the leg, good shoulder pressure, and then punching through onto the top. So one more time. So as soon as I see the arm coming in, try as much as you can, keep this nice and flared. Reach, make the grip, pull the elbow in, grab the trousers, foot goes to the floor, so you see how my knee is lifting into his hip, flare this top knee, drop, grip, back step out, through to the top. Okay? So I guess it's kind of like a bit of a cross between like a Lasso sweep and a John Wayne sweep. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, let's go. All right, good. So for the next one, again, all the right things, but always with all the right intentions, things go wrong in jiu-jitsu, right? So I've tried to have the barbell, he's starting to break down. Now, for this next one, we're gonna do a G-roll. You may or may not have seen this before. So what we're basically gonna look to do is lock this hip into position. We're gonna do that by putting my knee into the hip, and I'm gonna cross my legs up and pinch my legs together, so I've got a really good solid lock on the leg. Now, one thing that I cannot allow from this position is him to get my knee to my other knee. So if he's using his pressure well, he's got my knee to knee, there's no coming back from that. There's no way that I'm crossing my legs once he's got my knees to knees. So like most things in jiu-jitsu, I've got to kind of preempt. So I'm feeling like this is not working out. He's going for, and I cannot allow this to happen because it spreads the ankles apart. While my knees are still spread, that is where I'm going to cross my legs. My top leg is going to go over the top of my bottom leg. It's not across here where I've missed the hip. It has to be like locked into the hip like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to commit to going straight to our front. So we're going to open up and we're going to turn over to our front like this, keeping the pinch on the hip, keeping my legs crossed. Then I'm going to come up to my hands and I'm going to start to push myself back into my partner, and then turn in straight into the knee cut position, or however the scramble works from that point. So I started feeling breaking the legs down. I'm going to cross the legs and get those that good pinch on the hip. Here we're just going to go. We're just going to turn over to our belly. Keep that locked nice and tight. Hands go to the floor, and we're going to start to push back into our partner. Keep the lock all the way until we move ourselves up to here, and then whatever scramble works. Even if it just turn in, get yourself into a nice tight half guard position and start to work your pass from there. But we've gone from that bottom position to the top position. So one more time. We're in, I cross the legs in, I pinch those knees together. Roll belly down, keep that pinch on the leg. Start to push back with the hands. You see my legs are still crossed, still locked. Move yourself back in position and up to the top. So as soon as you start to feel him breaking down that knee, arm weave coming in, cross the legs before he gets the knees together. Once the knees are together, we need to look at some other options. All right, 1, 2, 3. So we're in our knee shield position. I can feel him starting to work for his grip, even if he grips hold of the trousers. Actually, this one even works probably better when they grip hold of the trousers because the power that we're going to be able to generate to strip that grip off. So, but again, before he's really pulled the knees together. Once the knees are together, like it's always going to be a problem. If the knees come together like this and he's starting to put some pressure in, like really the only options that we have is to make sure that 1, he doesn't have this grip, and 2, like we start getting up, we start framing, start trying to move ourselves away. That's really the only options we have once the knees are together. If we're going for no knees together, so he's reached through, he's got his arm weave. I'm going to go for my underhook. But obviously I can't kick this leg through and get that leg out the way anymore. So I'm going to go as deep as I can with my underhook, but even with my leg in the same position and his arm gripping onto my trousers. Now you can see my arm isn't going to go as deep as it normally would do when I get the underhook, but it will do in a minute. Then I'm going to take my second hand and we'll go underneath his leg, and I'm basically going to just roll to my back like this. Now, even if he's still got the grip on the trousers, because of the leverage that I've created, I'm going to pull this arm into his body and I'm going to kick my leg away at the same time. So I basically punch straight back and I kick and I break the grip off. Now to make sure that he can't come back on top of me, I'm going to lift this arm up into his armpit. I'm going to feed this leg to my other leg. So my leg can come up over the top. Using this underhook, come up to my elbow, and pull myself up into a position that we worked on last week, which is into the dogfight position. Once we get to the dogfight, depending on the position of his arms, depending on what we do. If his arm's not wizard, it's an easy pop out and take the back. If the arm is wizard, we tap the knee, drive them over. If I'm trying to drive and he's pushing back, roll through and sweep to the top. Like all the end stuff, like is stuff which like we work on in different classes. But it's that first bit, that breaking of the grip and taking the arm away from the grip that you want. So he's made that leg weave. He's starting to break the knee down. So through this little bit of space, I'm going to go deep and get my underhook the best I can. Underneath the leg, underneath the hamstring, roll myself to my back, pull, kick to break the grip. Lift my arm high, feed my leg over the top, flare my elbow, up into the dogfight, tap the knee, and drive down. One more time. Here, arm weave coming in. We're going to go in for the underhook. Flat, oh that's okay. Oh. If the arm comes out, it comes out. If you've still got a grip on the trousers, as we go flat, we're gonna kick the grip off, lift my arm up high into the armpit, use our leg to feed this into this leg, up onto the elbow, through into the dog fight, up to the top. You can see how good that technique is. Can even keep the grip. Can even keep the grip. All right, good. Have a little play. Like, again, these are trying to find it just that little bit early. As soon as those knees come together, we've got to start looking at other options, framing options. But right now, if we preempt it, always look ahead of what my partner's looking for, we've got these nice options. 1, 2, 3, let's go.